We have a pretty package today. Look what I got. It's a Sony Cybershot. Now this is a digital camera from 2005. Watch it, it even has the original box with all the labels and shit. How cool is that? Let me unbox it. So in the box are the camera, a cable for connecting it to the computer, a AA battery charger, and 2 rechargeable batteries. I believe they came with 4. Yeah, the camera already has some batteries inside of it. And it also comes with a memory stick duo, which consists of 256 megabytes. Can you imagine 256 megabytes? Nowadays we're talking about 256 gigabytes. Anyways, this thing is still in very good condition. It has a whole bunch of buttons, an extra lens thingy at the top you can look through with your eye, an LCD display which was pretty rare for cameras at the time. And this camera is 4.1 megapixels. That's crazy. Every modern smartphone nowadays has at least 12 megapixels. But megapixels doesn't define how good the photo looks. I believe megapixels is only about how much light can get into the lens. And it also has a big ass bar for the flash. And 3 times optical zoom as well. And before I forget, the box is really complete. So it even comes with a CD to install the drivers for it. Look at this. Imaging software picture package. And it also comes with all the manuals. Look how thick these manuals are. When there's only one button to take the picture anyways, who's gonna read that? Read this first. I really want you to read everything. And another envelope with a bunch of advertising or something. So yeah, this was definitely not a cheap camera back in the day. And for 2005, it was definitely very good. But the question is, how does it hold up with a modern smartphone? This right here is my iPhone 6s. As you can see, it's in perfect condition. And the fact about this phone is that it was released in 2015. Which is exactly 10 years after the release of this camera. And this is only a smartphone. This camera was actually made for taking pictures. I mean, so was this camera of course, but this is only a smartphone. So I thought it would be funny to see how far smartphones have really come, and especially how this camera holds up in 2025, because they are exactly 10 years apart. So let's go outside, take some pictures and see what the difference is like. So for the first picture, the difference isn't even that obvious. You can see an absolute difference in color tone and a little bit of a difference in sharpness if we zoom in on the letters. But other than that, they look very similar. Now for the tree, this is where the difference gets very obvious. You can see that the detail is just pretty much gone in the Sony Cybershot, but the iPhone 6s manages the contrast so good compared to the Cybershot. Now for these flowers, wow, what a beautiful picture on the both of these. However, the iPhone 6s really has the edge with the colors, because the Cybershot kinda tuned the brightness up a little too much in my opinion. Then I saw this beautiful car standing at the side of the road, so I had to take another picture. And wow, what a difference here. The Sony Cybershot is really showing its age. I think it's because of those 4.1 megapixel that the part it's not focusing on is becoming really bright, while the iPhone holds up extremely well. Can't believe this phone is already 10 years old. Next up, I took a picture of this beautiful tree. You can see the iPhone 6s really just keeps that natural tone. Overall picture quality is definitely going to the iPhone 6s, while the Sony Cybershot actually adds a lot of saturation to it and makes it look really lively and like fruity, even though it does blur the background out, like it's just fully white. Now looking at this photo, I think it's clear that the Sony Cybershot mainly just trades in detail for saturation. Now this photo is a little bit of a special one. I had to zoom in quick so I could only take it with one camera. Which one do you think it was? This might impress you, but it was the Sony Cybershot. Yep, that's right. It's a 3 times zoom photo and it actually did very well in my opinion. That's why the next photo I also tried to do a zoom test, and the difference actually is not even that big. I think mainly because of the Sony camera that has like an optical zoom, it does very well at these zoom occasions. Now for the video comparison, the difference became insanely noticeable. Especially on the Sony camera, you can see that it's really cropped in a lot, but it's also filming at 640p or 640i or something like that, while the iPhone can just do 1080p 30 fps. So yeah, in terms of video, they are no match. So this is the video on the Sony camera. I can't imagine it does very well, and it looks really cropped. Is this good? and this is the video on the iPhone 6s. Is this good? I guess it's better. So yeah, like I said, for video it really was no match. In this photo you can see the iPhone 6s also doing a lot better. Just like this one, it can just handle all the light quite a bit better, although the Sony Cybershot has a little more nostalgia to it. Now in this next picture you can see that the detail is actually a world of difference. I mean, we've seen that before, but now it really stands out. Now in these next three pictures, it just shows that the iPhone is the king of contrast and brightness. The Sony Cybershot tends to make everything a little more saturated, like I said, but at the cost of brightness. Look at this last one. I'm blown away that a 10-year-old smartphone without any AI features can actually take a picture like this, while the Sony camera looks awful, especially compared to the iPhone. Now in this last picture, the difference is a little less noticeable again. I think both cameras did really good, and the Sony Cybershot is not bad, it's just different. So that was it, a 10-year-old smartphone camera versus a 20-year-old digital camera. Now even though the digital camera does have some cool aesthetic to it, so does the iPhone in my opinion. But yeah, in terms of overall quality, the iPhone absolutely smashed the digital Sony camera. So that doesn't mean the Sony Cybershot is bad at all. I was thinking maybe I should have compared the camera to something like an iPhone 4. That would have been a little bit more fair. But anyways, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time.